Welcome to Ryku Radio, where the R stands for Rydelia, the Ku stands for Miku.
Hi.
Here, we let our tangents go wild, we talk about games and lore, and we just kind of go on and on and on. Hey Miku, what are we talking about today?
Since we're a little behind and we're just gonna, push on through, we're talking about Genshin 5.3.
Yay! Yeah, we missed the last one. I think we got 5. Did we talk about 5.1?
I don't remember. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've done this. Did the live thing again. But I'm hoping we can start doing this consistently, like the week after they release the live stream, so that we can, talk about it. Because, yay, I just did our first meow. Oops.
Well, that's if you ever frickin' watch the damn thing.
I think that our viewers like seeing me get educated by you.
Yeah, but sometimes the tangents, but at the same time, it's like, God dang it, woman!
Hey, good censoring. Good job.
Thank you, I tried.
You did very well.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, 5.3 in Natlan.
Yes. Back to the Nope. Back to the nation of Pyro we go. Because, on that last, I'm pretty sure most of the people might have known about this or what's going on about the whole situation going on and whatnot. So if not...
Skip a quick thing. If you continue past this point, there will be spoilers for the main story when it comes to Natlan. So if you have not yet done that, feel free to skip this until you get caught up, because we will be going into some of that story. We will be talking about, continuation things, and maybe our own speculation on it. I don't know yet, but spoilers.
Yes, spoilers ahead for all things good and well. So, yes. Of course, going into spoiler territory, so, if you're still here, congratulations, you're caught up with the story. If not, bye! But regardless, okay, back to the story. So pretty much after we, helped the, situation going on, which is, the whole full frontal abyssal war.
Yeah, which was still a whole mess of emotions and turmoil and
emotional gut punches.
Yeah.
And of course, our choices really did matter, because sometimes, I didn't save a certain person, but you guys did, and that kind of changed my directory a little bit.
Yeah.
And, you get to see how your choices made it to the end.
Yeah, at the end, the NPCs that you chose to save, that you went out of your way to, talk to, it changed some of the backstory stuff. Which was, I loved that aspect.
Yes. Though it really did hurt when it's you're most people that are playing this game, we're the heroes, we're supposed to protect everything. But seeing how the consequences really do play out, especially during times like that, holy shit.
Yeah. Especially as it say, we haven't gone through we can't save this person yet. Not really.
Side consequences of something's action rather than direct consequences of ours.
Yes, there have been one-offs of people who, again, we already did the spoiler things, in Azuma, when we were in the starfish, or the swordfish, we couldn't save him. But that was
that still pissed me off.
That was his choices to use his delusion, and then it ended up taking toll on his body.
Yeah, and Zimba was a train wreck for me.
Yeah. The original Hydro Archon, we didn't know what was going on, so we couldn't do anything to save her.
Yeah, that was a lot of things happening within 500 years and a lot of backstory.
Yeah.
But us seeing her side through the tier was very interesting, and I really love that.
Oh, yeah. And, the Orinara and the level of sacrifice they make in order to quell the withering that was going on in Sumeru. So there have been...
Yeah, that part! Especially the Urban Soul!
Yeah. So, there have been times when, yes, we couldn't save someone, but it's never been to the point that we walk into a situation and everyone is dead.
Or, you know, like you said, toasty roasty, or unregrettably passed away due to, you know, the war going on.
Exactly. Like,
and also
seeing baby Saurians without their parents, seeing what was it, Natlanese? Is that how they pronounce it?
Something like that.
So seeing a Natlanese family that was protected by Fatui agents, like literally used body while dying to guard where they were hiding so that Abyss didn't find them. A mother and son separated because mother is medical, son is a warrior, and they're both worrying about the other one. And if I remember correctly, you had a chance of not saving them. Like,
yep, that hurt me.
That
hurt me a lot.
Like, it's one thing for the scripted Koichi death that we all went through together. It's another thing seeing on stream, me and Miku chose different routes. I saved the mother and son. She did not.
Yeah, there was some very interesting turnabouts in that scenario. And like I said, seeing the consequences of your choices and like how like you affect the war kind of was also very interesting.
Yeah, the overarching like story didn't change too much. It was the smaller bits inside it, the NPC based conversations. Those changed so heavily. And
especially going to the stadium where I talked to the girl that's like, oh man, I wish we had like a expert doctor or a healer or something. And I'm like, I should have saved the doctor. Just little consequences like that. It just is like, well,
yeah.
And then, of course, you know, finding out the effects of after what happened to the said war and how it affected the two clans that had recently been included into the map of the Masters of the Nightwind and the
Flower Feather clan.
Thank you. I was actually blanking on that. So, in other words, the clans that Sitlali, Auroron, and Cheska are from.
So, Flower Feather got hurt worst, correct?
I think it was the Collective of Plenty that got hurt the worst, and then I think it was them as a close second. Either that or it's the other way around. I know one of them got hit real hard.
I think, if I remember correctly, listening to the interlude in the war, I think the Collective of Plenty was lesser than the Flower Feather clan because of the fact that Chaska went to help the Collective of Plenty. Because that was brought up in the interlude.
Yeah, that's right. Either which way, it could have been worse for what it could have been, and either which way, there are people that are still recovering from it.
Yes, who are very, very much traumatized from what they went through.
Yeah, let's not go into that story again with Shitlolin and her story class. That was great.
Yeah. That was the whole thing.
God, this game is beautiful and amazing, and it's just
So with this, we will get more story, and the story will pick up from where we left off after the war, which was 5.1, because 5.2 we got an interlude.
Yes, and then of course this is after Mulvika's like, hey, you want to come fight with me and take the battle to the abyss?
Yeah, which is why we have the Pilgrim's Chronicle, so we can get an ancient name, so we are then protected under the Ode to Resurrection.
Yep, so if we fall in battle, we can come back.
Exactly, because it seems like the likelihood is that could happen, and we don't want to die.
Yeah, so it's like a singular phoenix down.
Like an
a life model.
Yeah.
A resurrection option of some sort. I only use those two because those are the two I could remember off the top of my head for a resurrection item.
I get that. But yes, we will have the Incandescent Ode of Resurrection. That is the next Archon Quest name.
Yes. I'm just so excited. I'm just looking at the art, I'm like, oh yes, let's go!
Yes, and I have the little blip from Hoyo pulled up. The path of war approaches its end, all eyes fixed upon the hero's back. The crushing burden of fate and rules weighs heavy upon this place, making each step forward a struggling effort. Yet the sun has proclaimed its intention to burn away both shackles and the self, and in their place usher in a new chapter for humankind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the art for it is absolutely stunning.
Yes. Yes, it is.
You know, when Miku's not just, looking at a very specific part of it.
Hey!
For those listening and not like watching, you can see Marika in the front facing us with her claymore in hand. Capitan is there as well, facing away. Cloak is up, so you can see a little bit more of his completely covered figure.
In other words, you can see his butt.
I was about to say
Okay.
Miku likes the cake, but important question.
Yes.
So, now that we see, and now that, well, I think it was pretty well apparent after the last interlude and story quest where we spent some time with Capitan that you like. When it comes to the cake directly, who is better, Capitan, Risley, or Zhongli?
Oh, why? Why would you do that? Oh, okay. That's gonna need some further science upon, so we're gonna have to figure that out later, another time. Because that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not a fair question. That's not fair. Damn. Call me out like that and then ask me that question. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Okay.
I'm not going to forget this.
I know you're not, because you're memory, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
But yes, so we can also see in the background behind Marika and Capitan that there is an abased dragon looking thingy.
There's actually a proper name for that, and we're going to cover that when we talk about bosses.
Yeah.
We're getting a weekly boss, which is that guy, and then we're also getting a new Ascension boss.
Well, and also, we are finally getting the Pyro variant of the Traveler.
Yes, which is probably going to unlock after we do story, but still, that's going to be amazing. I'm so excited to see what our Pyro Traveler is going to bring to the table, because there's going to be a whole lot more range of things we could use probably with the Traveler now that we finally have Pyro Traveler.
Right, I'm very well excited for that. This story has been very much a hard-hitting story, and I am here for it. I've been absolutely loving it.
And also another thing that someone pointed out, because I go on YouTube and I just randomly scroll. Sometimes I'll hit theories, sometimes I'll check in to see on what's been leaked or what's out there, and someone had brought up that our attacks are just a mini version of the Archons. Because if you think about it, Venti with his black hole, we have a little one that's at our hands. Zhongli gets the tall pillar. We get a little ball pillar. Again, spoilers for the thing for Genshin. Nuvolet's with his hydro pump. We have a little water gun.
You know you're not wrong.
That's why they pointed that out, and I was like, oh my god, I never even thought of it that way.
Sumeru's connects less.
I mean, it is still a little bit of a temple. It's just a very tiny little miniature mushroom. That looks very dome-ish.
Yeah.
So, there's that one.
Okay, Electro.
The little, Okay, I'll have to think about... I'll have to think about hers, because I'm because you kind of do the thing. It's just you leave down a little. Oh god, it's been a while since I've done Electro Traveler. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
No worries.
But still, I kind of see where they get that connection, and I'm like, oh, dude, that's actually kind of dope.
Yeah, I could see it. I feel like some of them it's a tiny bit more of a stretch, but I can see it.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's continue on, shall we, before we get distracted with this again?
Continuing with stories, it looks like we do get a story quest in with this too.
Yep, we actually get 2.
Yes, we start with Soul Invictus, which is Marika's story quest. Which, by the way, just look at the art, and on the bike, and oh my god, yes,
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 yes, and also her motorcycle looks like a dragon.
Yes, I am very okay with this.
Yes, right. And then, of course, we also get Shitlali with her Tribal Chronicles Masters of the Nightwind.
Yes.
Or also known as the Memories Flowing with Color.
I love how her art has the little, like, dragon thingy. It's so cute.
Yeah, those are actually, like, 2 of her little companions.
Oh.
But we can discuss that more when we get into more of their attacks, because their attacks are very interesting.
Okay. Now, for those who haven't gotten to the Masters of the Nightwind yet, the Tribal Chronicles were going on the line of how they record their history by scrolls, and there's this ink that only certain people can see. And the last, one of the last major shamans, who had made many different, of the magical-based portals, they were able to see this ink and incorporate it into their scrolls.
Nice.
So, based on the fact that we are going into Shitlali, I'm guessing that she also can see this ink, and with the amount of knowledge she has, what's the word? I can't words. Much knowledge that she has within her rituals and from the Night Kingdom directly, I think that she would be able to connect to be able to bring the history that they have lost back to life.
Well, we'll find out when we get her story.
Truth.
Because the tribal ones are always so interesting to see.
They are. And I've kind of liked having the tribal ones as it's like the character quests, but it's also not quite the character quests, because it's all the tribe based, and I really like that change.
Yeah, unlike Moika, which we will be definitely going back to the character quests.
Yes.
Because, she's an Archon, so Archon gotta go do Archon things.
Exactly.
Alright, so shall we talk about bosses before we talk about attacks, or should we do attacks and characters first before doing the thing?
Let's do bosses.
Okay, so we're getting 2 bosses, as I had mentioned earlier. We're getting a new weekly boss, and we're also getting a new overworld / ascension boss. So for the ascension boss, this one more so ties back to our favorite granny, Shitlali. So the new one is called the Wayward Hermetric Spirit Speaker, which is a priestess of the Nightwind who lives in solitude away from her tribe. Her spirit-speaking powers overshadow those of ordinary priests and shamans.
I just had a thought.
Yeah?
So, do you remember the end of the last event that we had with Roran and Shitlali talking about how the cave that they were in was, chosen specifically for the power that was there, and there was a sleeping sage right behind that rock?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where this is gonna be.
Well, we'll find out, because she was underground, so...
I'm gonna call it now. If it is there, I request a kudo.
A kudo?
A good job.
Kudos. Because, congratulations.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I called it.
yes. I got you. But yeah, looking at her, I don't know if you have a picture of her or not, but there's that little talisman on her chest area.
Mm-hmm.
That is the item that we will be grinding to get Silalia.
Okay. It does remind me of some of the talismans that we see on Shitlali, so it connects.
It matches.
Yeah. I mean, they're both priestesses. Well, Shitlali, isn't she a high priestess, technically?
I'm pretty sure she's really high up in the rankings.
Yeah.
For being very well acknowledged.
Yeah. But, yeah, I like the fact that it's taking down one priestess to power another.
You know, sounds about right.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's talk about the new boss.
Well, before we do that, do we want to try to think up a name of mommy here?
No, I don't know, because like her the thing that she's on is actually a broom slash brush.
Okay.
So that's probably gonna have to be a work in progress for the name.
My immediate first thought, as it seems to be going down more the witchy route, is Morgana.
I can work with that.
We'll swap it.
Yeah.
Okay, to the next boss.
But in the spirit of naming bosses, we also have the new boss, and as you saw, guys, on that art that Rai had brought up, so that one is the Lord of Eroded Primal Flame.
It looks so meowing sick. Just, my goodness.
Yeah, you have it with the two swords.
Uh-huh.
So yes, that is going to be the new boss. It's a meow. Gosh dang it, I was doing so good.
You were.
Ah, crap. Ah. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very interesting boss from what I've seen in the live stream. So we are really going to have to pay attention to our surroundings and getting our dodges down.
Oh boy.
Because the swords looks like one of them is abyssal and the other one looks like a flame that's kind of slightly corrupted.
See, it looks to me like one is Mawika and the other one's Capitan with the Night Soul.
Mavika with the Night Soul and then the abyssal.
No, Capitan.
Yeah, like, I'm saying like the fire with the
yes,
purple. Yeah. That's Mavika, and then the other one is more Capitano.
Yeah. So I think it's both of them
because that's that same color as the abyss.
Yeah. I feel like it's absorbed from both of them and then adding abyss into it because the purple that's on Mawika's sword is also there on the other one too. So
but yeah, we'll see how this goes because I just know I'm excited because I'm ready for a fight, man. I'm ready to take down some serious dragon butt.
Right? I mean, the amount of what the actual meow that we've gone through in this nation is so high. So to have a thing to be like, oh, so you're what we're gonna take the aggression out of?
Let's do it. Because I'm pretty sure both Sitlali and Mawika are gonna need him, so there's gonna be a lot of grinding on this boss.
Oh yeah.
So much farming to do, regardless.
Well, there's always farming to do, especially as we're getting, the reruns of characters and new banners coming and new everything. What seems like a really good transition.
It's to the banners.
Yeah.
Alright, so of course we had mentioned these characters before. Phase 1 is definitely going to be Mavika, our Archon of Pyro, and then of course Sitlali. Second run though, for the the lovely times that we're gonna have in the future, we have Arlecchino coming back as well as Chlorine. Both from Fontaine too, might I add.
Yes. And both very, very powerful.
Yes, in their own way. It's just really hard for me to get the whole Bond of Life thing down still.
Yeah. I feel like Arlecchino's Bond of Life is a little bit easier to get down. It took me far longer to get down Chlorine's. I also don't have Chlorine, so that might be one reason why I find Arlecchino easier, because I do have her.
Yes. But regardless, with those two lovely ladies, and with, well, of course, being this time of year, being also Lantern Rite, coming up here quickly also, we'll be eventually going back to Leeway, doing that stuff. And we're also going to meet a lovely new young lady in Chenyu Vale.
Getting there. 1 second. Okay. Lanyan!
Yes, she is the first animal shielder.
So I can no longer make my horrible joke.
No, you can't. No, you can't. But that still probably doesn't mean that they weren't able to protect their family and or friends.
Maybe that's where they can get their shield.
Maybe it was a self-trauma thing.
Maybe.
Regardless. Again, first animal shielder, but we'll get to her after we go back over Sitlolly and, our Archon, Mawika.
Yes.
Because, gotta go over their stuff, because, this Archon, whoo!
Is she fiery?
So, yes, we're gonna start with Mawika, because, Archon, coming up, gotta get her taken care of first.
We're going to do this. I'm pulling things up. You can keep talking.
Okay, so Mawika is also going to be, your pyro DPS or your sub DPS, which is going to be freaking amazing. So her main strength lies in the versatility of her kit, with the electric elemental skill able to function as both an online option to power up herself, or as an offline field effect that follows her allies and deals damage.
So it kind of seems like a pyro version of Shogun.
Pretty much.
Cool.
And then, of course, this will allow her to shine as both a main DPS or your sub DPS.
Yeah.
So with the main being the DPS, it takes the field and annihilates enemies. Or the sub, where you can be supports her teammates with her own damage from the sidelines. Like you said, like Shogun.
Okay.
And of course, with that, her elemental skill has 2 modes, kind of like Farina.
Okay.
So basically, her skill has 2 modes. It depends if she's on or off the field. Regardless of how it's used, her elemental skill is put into the Night Soul's Blessing. So for on field, like, Mawika can ride her pyro motorcycle and use it as a weapon to run down opponents with pyro infusion, normal, and charge attacks, which is mainly a way for Mawika to defeat her opponents after her ally. So I think it'd be like, yeah, I say like better finishes them off, kind of, in a way.
You cut out a little bit there.
I said it was. I said it felt like it kind of like as a.
Miku? Is the connection not great?
Hello?
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 I think it's a little better.
Sorry, apparently Miku's difficult.
Yeah, we're still getting technical difficulties.
Yeah, Ryku Radio was some sort of difficulties.
That's accurate.
Did you hear?
Yeah, it's in and out still. Oh no.
God dang
it! That came through.
Okay, maybe I need to change my input.
That came through completely clear.
Well, what the
There's one!
Meow. 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 But anyways, what have you heard? Because apparently I'm having technical difficulties and I love it.
So, you were going over how her skill has 2 different phases and comparing it to another character, but it didn't come out clearly which other character it would be like.
I was thinking Benny, but as a finisher.
Okay. Okay, I could see that.
So yeah, this is mainly used as a way for Mawika to defeat her opponents after her allies, Natlin or otherwise, have gone through their rotations.
Okay.
So with her elemental skill, it manifests into a ring that appears behind the active character, dealing pyro damage to her enemies near them and at set intervals. So I guess she did kind of take a book out of a page out of Shogun's book.
Yeah, but instead of it being on attack, it seems like it just kind of happens.
I guess so, but still the ring thing, though.
Yeah, the ring thing it's very much Shogun, but I'm guessing it's gonna be closer to the sun decal that we see behind Mawika in all of this.
Yes. I guess strong women have strong rings.
There's a joke about putting a ring on it somewhere in there.
I already do with Shogun! Anyways, so it will deal the pyro damage, and then this
Mm-hmm.
can be used as a way to keep constant pyro applications and allow Mawika to help out even when she's not in the spotlight. So yeah, I guess I wonder if the rings will affect each other if I do Shogun and Mawika.
That would be like a constant overload if it allowed them to overlap. I feel like it's gonna be a one or the other type thing.
Yeah, I think so too, but I'm kind of curious now because now I want to see how broken that would be if
That would be
they allow
so
it.
broken.
If they allow it.
Imagine going in with an Animo and you're just overloading everything.
Oh, it'd be beautiful.
Imagine you're Kazuha.
Ooh. Oh, that'd be so good, man. Ooh. Shoot. Anyways, continuing on with Mawika before we really start. I'm getting metagame, so let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. So we all know that this Archon rides a motorcycle.
Yep, as we can see above our heads.
Yes, and with this, this bike is actually phenomenal. So basically, if you don't have Cheska, Shalonen or Kachina, or if you don't have Milani, this bike is an all-in-one. It can fly, it can ride on water, it can climb up walls.
So this is the all-purpose terrain vehicle for Natman.
Apparently.
I'm kind of okay with this. I'm very excited by this.
So am I. It's just insane and it's cool. But anyways, back to the attacks. So with her elemental burst, she has her burst makes her leap into the air with her motorcycle before smacking that motorcycle back into the ground and striking enemies with a circular slash from her claymore.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember, like, I don't know why this feels oddly familiar, but I just couldn't tell you what game it's from or if a character had done this once upon a time. Because, Genshin is just a lot of freaking references to everything. And I don't know why, but I could just see the Akira slide and somebody had a sword in their hand and I couldn't tell you who it was.
It kind of reminds me of Cloud from the newer Final Fantasy, like the remake.
Oh, and I'm probably thinking Saber from Fate Stay Night.
Yeah.
Or I think it would be more Fate Zero.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, the prequel to Fate Stay Night.
Yeah.
Anyways, but with that, she also doesn't have any Night Soul point consumption. This effect done by her elemental burst is halted any Night Soul point consumed from Mawika, allowing her to retain her Night Soul's blessing state for the duration of her elemental burst.
Holy meow.
Mm-hmm. And also, the elemental burst also improves the damage of both the initial burst cast and also on Mawika's on-field attacks, depending on how powered up the elemental burst was at the time of casting.
Okay. By charged up, is it going to be kind of similar to the Shogun thing, where the more times you get hit, the stronger it gets?
I think so, but like I said, that's probably going to be something to tinker with and play around with.
Yeah.
So, with this, there's also the needs fighting spirit instead of elemental energy. So unlike most characters in the game, her elemental burst relies on currency called fighting spirit, which is seemingly gained from attacking enemies. The currency seems to allow her to use her elemental burst and can be used even if it's not full. It kind of makes me think of Farina's fanfare.
Okay.
God, she's a combination of 2 Archons.
Well, it seems like she's a combination of a bunch of different characters for nuancy based things.
Mm-hmm. And also, she does have 2 passes of that provide damage overall to both of her and her team.
Okay.
So with one of her passive talents, it's the triggering after the Night Soul burst.
Okay.
So the talent C is an increase in her attack. Any Night Soul burst is triggered, giving her more strength in both her main DPS and her sub DPS capabilities.
Okay.
And then, of course, there is, like, after using her burst, Marika is able to increase the on-field character's damage dealt, giving her elemental burst another layer of usefulness when it comes to playing her as a DPS.
Okay.
Or as a sub DPS, I should say. And it also provides the straightforward benefit of, like, augmenting Marika's own damage, further supporting her main DPS playstyle as well. So
I would love to see a Molani Marika group.
yeah, I'm pretty sure all that burning is just going to be chaotic.
Oh, 100%. She's going to be more chaotic than Clee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for it.
Well, of course, like, this is the Pyre Archon, so apparently Clee must have gotten some idea from that.
Da-da-da-da!
Clee is here, and you are not.
Bye-bye.
Oh, God! But anyways, for her passive talent, when Marika is on your team, she reduces the cooldown of Night Soul transmission, so allowing you to seamlessly transition between different Natlan characters at a faster rate.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, like, from switching to, like, you know, Kachina, to freaking Marika, to maybe Kanich, to maybe Shitlali, to maybe Auroron, who knows? But apparently it's gonna be quick.
Oh, that's awesome. I know that while you're in Natlan, the switch between them, you can actually, like, fly from one side of the nation to the other if you do it right. Like, I think the version I was seeing had a combination of Kanich, Shaska, and Aurora. Where just by switching back and forth between them and using their different, like, traversal methods.
Yeah, because you can fly, you can glide, you can climb.
Yeah. Well, this was without touching the ground.
Damn, that's impressive.
Like, they started at the first Statue of the Seven by Children of the Echoes, and had made it all the way to the Foggy Islands without touching the ground.
That is really impressive.
Extremely so.
Huh.
And I believe it was you start with Auroron, you do his taller jump, you then switch to Kanate, you do his little warpy thing, then you go to Chaska, use her gun until she's out, switch back to Auroron, you do the jumpy thing again, because you can do that while you're holding a charge shot. And then you glide a little bit more until Kanate is ready, and you just keep cycling through.
Jesus, yeah, with her, you definitely make it in there like a lot last time. Damn.
Right. So,
still, that's
knowing
impressive.
that Marika can make that even faster, I want to see how it goes with all four of them.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyways, we got a little bit of a side tangent there, so let's move on to the next new character that's coming out.
Okay, 1 second, so I can get the pretty art. So, yay. Getting there. Almost there. And there. Set Lolly.
Lolly! Oh, it's so great. I'm so excited. Granny's here. Oh, yes.
And I love her art. It's just so cute.
It's so adorable. I love her. Still, you know, 500 plus years old, still a lady at heart.
I wouldn't say lady. I would say sassy.
Okay, maybe a teenage girl.
Yeah, that fits.
Yeah, the best way I put it as a young version of Sakura with, like, Lady Tsunade powers. Before we found out that she was, like, a cryo catalyst.
Yeah.
And had a very soft, sweet spine. So Lolly is our cryo, and she is a shielder as well, and a catalyst, much like, you know, our favorite other two catalysts, Risley and our good friend Charlotte.
Because the shields of, like, Layla.
Like Layla and Deanna.
Okay.
Maybe more so Deanna with the sass.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that she does the little cheeky pout thingy, and I'm like, I'm here for this. I'm here for this, and I love her. And besides the fact that she has a secret side shine is so cute.
It is. That's her secret Layla side.
Yes.
See? It all connects.
It does connect. So she is able to be, our cryo shielder. So
Mm-hmm.
her whole kit is centered around this core mechanic, being able to sustain and keep her teammates alive while shredding element resistant or enemy resistance.
Okay. So she's far
So
more on the support side, it seems like.
yeah, as much as I don't want her to be a support and I would love her to be a DPS, unfortunately she is definitely heavily support.
It kind of makes more sense for her to be support though. Going not
Yeah,
only with her position in the tribe, her position like with her personality, it makes more sense.
yeah, I know, but still, I was hoping for a cryo DPS other than Risley as a catalyst.
I
I
mean,
still don't
people
have that, but meow.
you don't have that cake.
I don't have the cake. I really don't, and it makes me sad. But regardless, with that in mind, she is best suited as a support in freeze and melt teams.
Okay.
So in other words, she's good with Hydro, she's good with Pyro.
So it seems like putting her with Mawika.
Yeah, Mawika, Toma, any other Pyros out there or Hydros. So basically, I could use her with Kokami. Saganomiya Kokami.
Oh, those two? Oh, I would love to see those two interact.
I would too. It'd be great. It'd be amazing. Anyways,
I don't know how that would go, but I want to see it.
I'm sure they'd be talking about something. No, they'd be talking about books.
It would be about books, but then Sazali would be very much on the light novels, and Kokumi would be very much on the no, you should read the strategy books.
Well, I mean, Kokumi does also read other books other than strategy.
But she prefers those.
Well, yes, but she talks to Miko, so they're friends-ish. But anyways, with her elemental skills, places her into a Night Soul burst and generates a cryo shield that protects on-field characters from damage. After certain points are spent, there is a threshold that is met. The shield begins to fire cryo particles at nearby opponents, dealing cryo damage to them. So I guess kind of like Layla.
Yeah. That's cool.
But her passive lowers enemy hydro and pyro resistance.
Oh.
So when Shillelagh enters the Night Soul's Blessing stage, she lowers the hydro and pyro resistance of nearby opponents when they're affected by frozen and melting reactions.
Okay.
This allows a pyro or hydro DPS to deal more damage in freeze melt teams, further leaning Shillelagh into a supportive role by giving her not only a shield but also a resist shred.
That's awesome.
So I'd say like a little bit of Shalon and with the resistance shred. It's just more so Pyro and Hydro are going to be having the bigger boons.
Yeah.
So of course, with her plush, she uses both of her plushes to do AoE cryo damage in an area. This seems to be a way for Shillelagh to aid the team on demand cryo application and deal damage.
Is that the animation I saw where there was like two things spinning around her? Making cryo? Okay.
Yes. And then, of course, upon using her elemental burst, it also adds the added benefit of restoring Night Soul points back to Shillelagh, allowing her shield to persist longer before having it go on cooldown.
Okay, that's handy.
Yeah, it is very nice. And then, of course, I forgot their names of the plushies, so I'll have to try to find that sometime later.
No worries. I love that they have names. That makes me very happy.
Come on, you got plushies, you gotta name them.
You do. You very much do.
And then, of course, with her being a member of the Nightwind, Shillelagh can jump and glide, as well as enter the Night Speaker state to interact with Night Spirit Graffiti, as well as like a clan exclusive strength. So basically, like Auron.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's. I'm excited for her.
I'm excited for her too. Very much so.
I need her. I need her in my life. She's so freaking cute.
She is.
So adorable.
She is.
I can't wait to have her.
Same.
So, continuing on with new characters being released, we won't meet this one until we hit the Lanternite mark. So, Lanyan.
Let me get the picture.
I know, she's so pretty and cute and adorable, and apparently she's energetic, so... she's so pretty! I love her! I can't wait to grab her!
There we go.
So, Lanyan is an amino catalyst shielder. First of her kind.
Yes.
I mean, we already have Animo, we already have Catalyst, but she is the first ever shielder as far as I know.
Yes, there are no other animal shielders. I can confirm this. I have looked up this for my horrible joke.
Yes.
That Miku hits when I say it.
Wait. No, wait, they do have a Claymore. Sayu. I keep forgetting that.
Yes.
So, pretty much, Lanyan is a lovely young lady, and she's... I don't know what's with all the catalysts and, like, not having, like, traditional weapons.
Well, it's the easiest way to not have traditional weapons is through catalysts, because swords, there are different types of swords, same with polearms, different types of polearms. I mean, claymores, you're pretty limited to just a really big meowing weapon.
Unless you have a big giant fish.
That's still a big meowing weapon.
It's just a giant fish.
Exactly. I'm gonna hit you with a giant freaking tuna. Let's see how you feel. Or like the debate club, or any of that. And then bows are even more limited because it's really hard to have a bow not in a very particular shape. Like, you can have different types of bows, but
unless you're saying Tartaglia with like you know, doing his skill and like turning it into swords.
Well, yes, but it's still like it's not quite the same.
That's fair.
Like, if they wanted to bring in crossbows in some of that would change the game a little bit. But the only crossbow we currently have is an E-skill through Mika.
That's also true.
But yeah, the catalyst, because of the fact that it's like primarily magic based, it's just what is the piece that they use for their magic. So
That's fair.
I can see why it has quite a bit more maneuverability.
Yeah, because like all I can think of is like Risley and Charlotte right off the bat, because hers is a camera, his is freaking gauntlets.
Yeah. Heizo is his fists.
Yeah. Yeah, Heizo really doesn't use this. The only element that he adds on there is just punch, punch, kick.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a like a turbo punch. No, that's not the right word. Either which way. So yeah. Pretty much Lanyan's bread and butter is her ability to dash into combat, generating an animal shield and throwing her animal infused. They say glaives on here, but I'm gonna call them chakrams because that just.
They're saying that's glaives.
Yeah, I think they look more like chakrams to me, so I don't know.
Yeah, those are not glaives.
But either which way, and into enemies to trigger elemental reactions. Okay. So from this, it seems like her main role is going to be a swirl support. So, like my boy Kazuha.
Yeah.
And then that aids the team to both shield for sustain and swirl for elemental damage. So that's with her skill that it has her dash into an opponent and jump back upon making contact, generating a shield in the process. Oh, so like a I guess it sounds like a wrestling move to me.
It kind of makes me think of the homing attack from, like, Sonic games.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
You know, like, because he hits and then he bounces back so he can do it again.
That's also very true. So then, once in the air, she can throw her chakrams at the enemies, dealing animo damage with her weapon bouncing between nearby targets.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So maybe it is like the holding attack.
Yeah, it's kind of sounding more and more like she has harnessed the power of Sonic.
Slightly, but she still can't go as fast.
It gets better. It gets better.
Uh-huh.
She's using the rings to attack.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So then of course when she dashes into opponents affected by the element, her shield and chakrams are infused by this element, generating the element's shield and dealing the same element's damage. So
Okay.
this will allow her to be more versatile into how her shield and kit works, as her shield can be infused to better suit the team's needs, and her chakrams can trigger related elemental reactions.
So it sounds like she would be really good in a diverse elemental fight, but less so when going against like a group of slimes.
Yeah, basically she's like how I would have Kazuha set up with like three other elements.
Well, it's less so for like the piece I'm envisioning because I'm thinking like if you're going into a battle with uh let's say three different type of specters in Economia
Gotcha.
versus a group of electro slimes right by a crystal.
Yeah,
If she
that never works
absorbs
out for swirls.
yeah, if she absorbs that the electro, she then can't hurt them.
Mm-hmm. Which is why
So
you have other elements to help react to that.
yeah.
But regardless,
It,
so she yes.
I was just saying it's more of a in those instances she would be far more on the support side of it, just getting the shield, than she would on the actual attack side of it. So
Well,
based on the enemy composition, could very much change how she plays.
yeah. But that's why you get other elements involved and being like, wee!
Exactly. Exactly.
Kind of like a certain little elf girl.
Da, da, da,
Da, da, da, da.
da.
So apparently she does the thing too with same as Kachina and Alhaitham and Shiori, where basically if you hold her elemental skill, she'll be able to dash a short distance whatever direction she's facing, allowing her to scale mountains and close gaps with ease. So when you hold it down, she'll have a little teleportation spot like Kachina, Alhaitham, and Shiori.
Okay.
Except she'll go wee.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. So then, with her elemental burst, it yes.
Did you mean catching?
I thought I said Kaching.
You said Kachina.
I meant Kaching.
I was sitting there thinking, wait, is there a part of her moves I don't recognize?
No. Anyways, going back to her elements, basically her elemental burst channels an animo vortex that seems to deal damage to the enemies in that area while knocking them airborne and pulling them closer to the center of the burst.
Okay.
So kind of like a interesting venti.
I was thinking venti, or the way that the like animo specters, or a Kazuha E skill.
Yeah, that's definitely a Kazuha E skill. It's just you can do it from afar and don't have to be right up in the space in their bubble.
I like that. Mm-hmm. That's handy.
So then her normal attacks uses her animal infused chakrams to deal damage to opponents, and then of course this seems to be a way that Lanyan can support her team with swirls and deal damage of her own.
Yeah.
And also her talent, exploration talent, is actually kind of nice because it'll allow you to approach wildlife without startling them, and also gathering those crystal flies very easily.
Oh, that is nice. Is it wildlife or is it the crystal flies? Because those are two different skills.
I think they count as wildlife for the crystal flies.
I think they're considered a different thing because Sayu scares wildlife, but she can get the crystal flies.
Maybe they finally just combined the two.
We'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Because either which way, it allows her to approach wildlife without startling them, allowing for a more effective and stress-way free to collect resources such as crystal cores.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to officially meet her because she looks so pretty and her hair clip is so cute.
It is the white bird.
Yeah.
It is very pretty.
And her little idol has like this cute little birdie too, and I'm like, oh, so cute! I'm so excited.
That is cute.
But yeah, she'll be on the second half of the 5.3 banners.
Correct, with Clorinde and with Arlecchino.
Yes,
Okay.
So, speaking of banners,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna have one that's gonna be coming back called the Chronicle Wish.
Let's see where the thing goes. Ah, here we
are. Excuse me. All this hype is getting me tired.
Right. The Chronicle Wish banners.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure people remember the first time around with this whole new system thing of the Chronicle Wish. It was very interesting, and thankfully that's the thing that helped me get Eula.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much it runs like a banner, except there's more options, kind of ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to explain because unless you haven't seen it the first time, it's just like they picked random characters and you can click on a character and still try to pull for it, but it's like a standard a regular banner that you can still lose your 50-50 to.
So, from what I understand, the Chronicle Wish is always the characters that have been like the longest since their last rerun.
I mean, that makes sense because it was like a hell of a long time for Eula. And Klee because and also Albedo because Mona and D-Luke and Jean are on the standard banner no matter what.
Yeah. So I think it's combining the fact that it's been so long for these characters with the fact that we're going into Lantern Raid and they're all Lee-Wayan.
Except for Tartaglia, but he was like in that patch. So
he was featured in there more than anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we got introduced to.
Yeah.
But regardless, so basically you pick the character or your weapon because you can also wish for weapons that are on this. But again, still could possibly lose your 50-50. But for the characters that are going to be on this banner, we have Zhao, we have Chi-Chi, we have Kachina, Ketching, did it again. Meow. And then we've got, Child, Ajax, Tartaglia. That's all of his names. And then of course you got Ganyu, Shenhe, and Baizhu.
Yes, and one really important thing to know with this, as we are having new characters come out at the same time, this will take the same orbs, the same rainbow orbs that we need for the main banners too.
I think they're called Intertwined Fates.
Yeah, those ones.
But yes, and then of course with them will also be weapons that you can choose from.
Yes.
You got the Animos Bow, the Primordial Jade Wing Spear, the Memory of Dust, the Unforged, the Summit Shaper, the Primordial Jade Cutter, the Polar Star, the Calamity Queller, and then of course Jade Falls Splendor.
Yes.
So yeah, it's kind of a gamble, but for me it was worth it because I got Eula and I also was able to get Ty's bow on the Chronicled Wish when it was first introduced. But like I said, this is because I have a problem. And some characters just look better with their signature weapons.
They do. 100%.
Even though some of them don't work as well. I'm looking at you, Zhongli. Dragon Daddy.
Yep.
Because his spear is not recommended for any of his builds, really.
Yeah.
Which makes me so sad.
Yeah. He would be the difficult one.
He would be. He really would. And it makes me sad because I'm like, baby, why you do this? Why you do this? But speaking of Lantern Rite, we're gonna move on to the next section. Why do I sound like I'm losing my voice?
It kind of does. Are you okay?
I think so. I think I just might need to hydrate. Doing all this talking, trying to,
Well, while you hydrate, I can take some of the Lantern Rite.
All right, go for it.
So Lantern Rite happens every year around the Chinese New Year time frame. As we know, Hoyo is based in China, and they celebrate through their game. Typically around this time, we get new outfits, we get a bunch of free wishes and free characters and all of that. So the two new outfits that we are going to have are with Hu Tao and Zhang Ling. And yes, they are absolutely adorable. Now, traditionally, as long as you go through the Lantern Rite story and you do the side little missions, you get the 4-star one for free. And so
Yes.
that would be our Zhangling here with her New Year's cheer. Hu Tao gets her Cherry Snow Laden, which is so freaking adorable.
Yes. Oh my god. Both of their outfits are so cute. I love Zhangling's because of her little Gulba hat.
Yeah. I find the little ghost giving the peace sign so meowing adorable. Like, my goodness. It's just so cute, but it still fits them so well.
Yeah, and I'm really super happy that I was able to get Hu Tao on the last banner.
Oh, same. Very much same. I've had much better luck getting characters that I did not have before. Now, with the Lantern Rite, it is tradition that when you finish up a certain amount of all the side stuff, that you are able to just have one of the 4-stars of Liyue join your party. That is continuing, and our new 4-star will be a part of that. So if there is a 4-star that you are trying to get C6'd, that you haven't pulled Lanyan yet, and you need to complete your collection, you have the availability to do that.
Yep. It's a great time, just like seeing everybody here again to just be like, hey, you want to invite this person? And I do love how like you can see on the banner, like there's at least one character to each element.
Yeah.
Except for Geo and Pyro.
Yeah, those are much heavier.
You know, the 2 Geos and the 3 Pyros.
4 Pyros.
4 Pyros.
I love how the Nation of Geo for their 4-stars has more Pyros than anything else.
Yeah, there's actually a funny video that I will have to send to you later about somebody had like done like what the Archon would be by how many like characters have like a certain element. So like Venti had become like a cryo user.
Curious.
Yeah, and like let's see.
We'll continue on that off of here because we are
like I said, I'll have to find that video and send it to you because I'm like, it was very interesting.
Yeah. With that, as I had mentioned, we do get all sorts of amazing things for the Lantern Rite, as again, it's connected to the Chinese New Year. So our Paimon will show all the things that we will be getting. Many of them are claimed via mail, but it gives a full 10 pull as well as extra bits in there that are very, very handy, including at least 1 crown. And those are hard to come by.
Yeah, so unless you like save up your Star Glitter Jade? No, Star Glitter
Essence?
Hold on.
This Star Glitter.
Hold on. I got this. What are you called? Masterless Star Glitter.
There we go.
Because yeah, you can, you know, save up for once a month and use 50.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Ivo.
It's very much a lot.
Yeah, and you can only get it once a month, so that's also a sad thing.
Agreed.
Unlike me, where I'm like, I'm gonna be using it for intertwined face and be like, give me my characters.
Same, very much same.
Give me their weapons, damn it.
But the Lantern Rite, that's going to be the biggest event of this banner, minus the main story. There are a couple of other events as well. I see Emblem of Steadfast Valor, Shiryu's Baffling Beetle Battle Bowl.
Yes. Ooh, there's actually going to be, like, they have descriptions that I love it. So with that obstacle, with the Emblem of Steadfast Valor, in this obstacle course event, complete challenge stages and win goodies such as Primo Gems and level up materials.
Okay.
So for the Suyu's Baffling Beetle Battle Bowl. Oh my god, try saying that 10 times fast.
No, thank you. Because I feel like if we try to, we're going to...
Sorry.
I feel like if we're going to summon Ito.
I mean, he is the one and only.
Oh my goodness.
And I will always use that joke because it's too perfect for him.
It is. It so is.
But with the thrill of Oni Kabuto, beetle battles are no longer just confined within Inazuma. This Oni Kabuto event, travelers are tasked to control a mechanical Oni Kabuto to defeat enemies. Partake on all difficulties levels to reap the max rewards.
Ooh, interesting. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
So it's
I love how last year he was talking about a mecha Oni Kabuto, and now we have a mecha Oni Kabuto.
oh my god, I forgot about that. That is awesome. And then of course we do have a new rhythm event.
Oh, love that.
I don't even know how to read
Oh,
that, so
the repertoire
huh?
of myriad melodies.
Thank you.
Um, did you see that it will be a permanent minigame?
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yay! Oh, the rhythm games, yes. But also, travelers will receive a ukulele instrument, which they can use to
Yay!
complete rhythm stages. Previously required instruments could also be used in each stage. So make sure to check out this event if you love music. So let's see. God, we've had like a lyre, we have a trumpet, we have a drum. I feel like I should have more instruments now that I think about it.
There definitely are more. I'm just spacing. Oh, there's the French horn.
Yep, I said the horn.
There's one for each. So there's the lyre from Mondstadt.
Yep. Oh, I remember zither.
Yes. The zither.
Mm-hmm. And then we had the drum, and then the French horn.
Yes, the drum was Sumeru. The horn was Fontaine. The ukulele will be Natlan. Was the zither for Liyue or for Inazuma?
It was Leeway.
Okay, what was Inazuma's?
That was the drum, and then the French horn was. No wait. Am I missing an instrument?
Yeah, we're missing one.
Because the drum was the Aritaki's Great and Glorious Drum, which was an event.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so I think
we had the Aranara harp from just the story there.
Yeah, but there was the Windsong lyre.
Mm-hmm.
And then the zither, because I remember like playing Kazua's song on the zither.
Yeah,
I believe. And then we did the drum because that was the great Arataki drum along.
Yeah.
And then the French horn was Fontaine.
We'll have to dive into
Sumeru had an instrument.
That's sad. Maybe because of the extra bit of music that we had to do for all the Aranara stuff.
Possibly. But either which way, we'll probably have to double check shops and see if maybe it's somewhere out there.
True.
Because I feel like we've been pretty much keeping up on that music event pretty well.
I'd say so. But before we end up, there's one more event.
Actually, yeah, there's one event, then the abundance thing, which I'm so happy about. And then, oh my god, we need to talk about the freaking updates, like the devs discussion updates and like the quality of life. Like, dude, there's some that I reread and I'm like, yes.
Okay, so here's how we'll do it because we are at time. We'll quickly go over the next event. We'll talk about the abundance, and then fast mode the quality of lives. Cool.
Oh god, we'll try this. This is probably a horrible me trying to read quickly and nothing be understood.
No worries. So on the Trail of Behemoths, looks like it's a co-op event where we get to take on different boss enemies.
So in the combat event, travelers must face against 4 legendary bosses in various difficulties to earn rewards such as primo gems and other growth materials. So it definitely looks like the Tupla is on that list. I think it looks like maybe Slinky.
I see Troy and I
it looks
see
like we got our
Drop.
work cut out for us.
Yeah.
Oh, well then we're definitely gonna have some fun. So either which way, that's gonna be an interesting event. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Agreed. Now, the
Okay, and then
overflowing abundance, that is going to be the talent materials and the weapon ascension materials. So you'll get
uh-huh,
double for 3 of them with normal resin.
but keep reading.
Um. Moreover, domains during the event are all going to open regardless of the day. Mother Meower?
Yep. Yep, that's what I was like, go on. No, keep reading. Keep reading.
Oh.
Right? That's one of the things I was like, yes, let's go.
That,
Oh,
I really
yes.
like that. That's amazing.
Right? Okay, so going about the quality of life stuff.
Okay.
So in version 5.3, players with levels of 8 and 9 can now visit each other freely.
So wait, they brought down the co-op?
I think you can, if as long as you're level 8 and 9, I don't think it matters if you're 8 or 9. I think you could go to each other's world.
Okay.
Because the difficulty of enemies as well as their corresponding drop rates will depend on the
world level.
Yes.
Okay, so as I have my world ascended and I brought it down, I could bring my world level up and then y'all can still come to my world.
Or we can bombard our certain Captain Buns.
Perfect.
Yep. And then of course, there's also a boss respawn update. So as soon as 5.3 hits the servers live, boss fights are going to have a major update to which they can spawn immediately after defeating them, which makes more for efficient grinding to level up your characters.
Oh, yes.
And then there are 3 optimizations. So the suitable subsets for each character will now be highlighted to make artifact selection a lot simpler.
Yes.
Moreover, the sorting menu will also highlight each suitable subset to help travelers sort them properly. Also, recommended stats will also become a filter option to make easier browsing for all your artifact pieces.
That's amazing.
Okay, so another optimization is in addition to enhancing artifacts in 5.3, it will show the number of times each substat has been enhanced. A side-by-side comparison with your equipped artifact piece will also show the same enhancement count to help you wisely decide on each artifact piece to equip.
Okay, I like that. That's getting into the nuance.
Yep. So the third optimization, the recommended sets will also be optimized with data from recent active players to help you filter out the substats that other travelers are using for any character. Also, please do keep in mind that, however, this data will only be available a week after the 5.3 release.
Oh, so that one would come a little after.
Yeah, about a week after the release. So
I suppose they gotta compile everything.
It takes a little bit of time for compiling.
Yeah, I get that. That all sounds amazing. The bosses? Oh.
I know, but there's one more thing.
Okay.
So, you know how sometimes you really hit that cap of the artifact inventory?
Yeah. Are they increasing it?
2,100 is the max.
Oh. That's
so
nice.
You won't get that constant message of like, hey, you have a lot of artifacts. You should get rid of some.
And then if you do get them, it's like, oh, I really need to clean the house. How much more do I have?
Yeah. The fodder is real.
The fodder is real. That's nice. I feel like they've been steadily like opening the floodgates for that, because I remember when it was just like, what, 1,500?
Yeah, which then they increased it, I think, and now it's like 2,100, and I'm like, yes, please. Yes, please. Because I know I've hit that limit like at least a couple of times because I had been like just exploring and like everything kept adding up because you get artifacts like the with 3 stars.
Everything.
Yes, especially in the chest, and you're just like, okay, I don't have to worry about it, la da 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 da. And it's like you're working on your 5-star grinding for 5-star, 4 stars, then all of a sudden it's like, bam, you got hit with the, hey, you can't redeem this because you have no space. It's like, excuse me, what?
But I just know.
But I need these.
I need these or I'll explode. That happens to me sometimes. I had to.
Yeah, whatever you say, girl.
I'm gonna sing the Doom song now.
I think that covers about everything. My goodness.
Yeah, minus some minor detail-based things, and you finding the name of the plushies for Sitlali. Yeah, I think we've covered the vast majority.
That's a lot of talking.
Yeah, it was. But we got a lot in, and yay, I'm so excited. We will be playing the next iteration of the Genshin patches the day it releases for us. It will be releasing on New Year's Eve for the Americas, so yay.
Woo!
So I know that per tradition in the Twitch side of the content stuff here, we make it a habit of staying up till midnight so that we can do the whole ring in the new year with our lovely community. So definitely come and join us. So
yes, that is Ritalia. No, twitch.tv/Ritalia?
Yes.
Yay, I did it!
Good job. And we'll put that will be in the comments down below. So if you would like to join us, definitely feel free, because we do play Genshin for 3 weeks after every patch release, so that we can experience it all together.
Oh yeah, stories we suffer together.
Yes, we do.
As I like to say, we just suffer together.
That we do. Well, I think
we'll see you all there. Come join us, have some fun. Maybe get some ganders and some goos and some laughs and who knows what.
Exactly. I think that about sums up everything for today. Wouldn't you agree, Miku?
I feel like there's always something we could go diving into, but yeah, for the most part, we're scratching the surface for 5.3 until we hit lore stuff. Yeah, I'd say we're good.
Cool. Well, my friends, this has been Ryku Radio. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Can't wait to see you next time for the tangents. Bye!
Bye!